Cheers, guys. Epix 911, welcome to the Elitist Geek. In this episode, I want to take a look at a different handheld for a change. Most of my videos have to do with the 3DS. And it's not that I don't play my Vita or my PSP, I actually do play them quite a fair bit. It's lack of content for me. And what I mean by that is there's lots of retro stuff I enjoy on my Vita, and there's even a few indie games. But most of the beefy, meaty RPGs that I play on this unit are ones that are from prior systems, right? So there's no real sense in rehashing them. Even the one I'm going to talk about in a few minutes, Persona 4 Golden. It's by far the best version, but people have seen the game already, right? So here's my PSP Vita, and I normally have this protective case on it. Big believer in wrist straps. I'm really anally cautious about my stuff. I try to take good care of it. This is the first gen model, so this is the PCH 1001 with the OLED screen. If you've never seen the OLED screen, like if you came to the Vita party late and got yourself one of the LCD screens and have not compared it to an OLED, you're not going to miss much. It's on par with your 3DS in terms of quality. You're not going to think you're missing out on anything. But honestly, when you've seen an OLED screen, and it really doesn't do it justice on my camera, I've tried setting it up a different way. I was going to kind of prop it up, but there's a way to capture it properly, and I'm going to set that all up and do that in another video. But trust me, guys, the OLED screen, especially for this game that I said I was going to mention, Persona 4 Golden, is absolutely freaking stunning. It is so colorful, so vibrant, particularly the beginning part. You're not going to really see it. I'm going to load it anyways. I'm going to try to load it. What does it say? Insert a PS Vita card that contains this application. Say what? Oh, of course. I think I switched to Uncharted, the other game that I have here. So I'll have to grab that for another video, but those are the only two games that I purchased for the Vita. The rest is all digital content, which is also not very much like me. I mean, yes, digital content on my PC, but for handhelds and consoles, I actually like to collect discs and cartridges. It kind of reminds me of, you know, the old school days with consoles, right? And even my Commodore computers. But anyways, that Persona 4 Golden startup screen is just absolutely fantastic. And so what do I got on here? I've got, let's go through what I have on my Vita PSP Vita. So I've got the 16 gig card, and I will upgrade that to a 32 gig. But this will give you an idea of why I don't talk about it much, because it's mostly stuff that has been around on other systems. So there's Persona 4 Golden, TXK, if you can see that there, TXK, Borderlands 2, Xenogears, which is a PS1 game that I'm playing through the PSP, Elmanage Original, which is a wizardry-style dungeon crawler, Class of Heroes 2, kind of similar to an Etrian meets Elmanage, decent RPG. I think I prefer Etrian Odyssey though, but honestly, I haven't put in enough time for Class of Heroes 2 to really give it a fair shake, so we will do that. Castlevania Symphony of the Night, I mean, come on. What kind of a handheld would this be from Sony without the Castlevania? So you can see that on the far side here, right there. Castlevania Symphony of the Night, Demon Gaze, another dungeon crawler, Final Fantasy Tactics, Mind Not Equal to Zero. You guys see the theme here, right? My typical genres of RPGs and strategies, tactical games. Then I've got Uncharted Golden Abyss, which I showed you for an action game, which is really looks great on this. Final Fantasy VII, Final Fantasy Tactics, Velocity 2 times, and Dive Kick. So a couple indie games on there. Oh, Borderlands 2, if I didn't mention that. I have Borderlands 2 as well on there, which isn't a bad version, but that was really an impulse buy, Borderlands 2. If I could go back now, I wouldn't buy that for the Vita, because I prefer mouse and keyboard for Borderlands any day. Unless I had a buddy who had it and we were doing co-op, yeah, I wouldn't really recommend it on the Vita. I mean, it looks pretty enough, but honestly, again, mouse and keyboard style game for me. I just so prefer those controls. TXK is fantastic. That's a Jeff Minter game. Yeah, but there you have it. That's the PlayStation Vita. And like I said, this is the white model, which I really like. I wanted to not do the typical black that I always do, so that's not bad. So let's throw it back in its case. And what I was going to say is, it is really a shame, in my opinion, that they did away with the OLED version. I think consumers should honestly still have a choice for exactly the reasons that I mentioned. It's much more vibrant, much more immersive, but granted, it's more expensive for them to produce, so I get that. So just curious, guys, so there it is with the case, if you're curious. That's just the black rubber grip case, right? Oh, and of course I have a screen protector. Yeah, screen protector on there as well. But, yeah, curious, what do you guys have on your Vitas? Any games that you recommend? You guys have a pretty good idea of what I like genre-wise. Anything that I'm missing out on that I haven't mentioned as part of my collection, let me know in the comments below. Like if you like this video or want to see anything else on the Vita. Are you thinking of buying one? I can show you some more. Let me know. As always, guys, till the next video, a bit of a short one, but there's not much to see on the Vita. Cheers.